We start this hour in Europe, where Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says that Ukraine will never give up its land to Russia, stressing that the country's constitution forbids any territorial concessions. His remarks come ahead of the planned 15th of August meeting between US President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska. Zelensky has said that Kyiv is ready for genuine solutions to achieve peace, but warns that any agreement made without Ukraine's participation would be an agreement against peace. Listen in to what the Ukrainian president had to say.
Дарувати свою землю окупанту українці не будуть. Україна готова до реальних рішень, які можуть дати мир. Будь-які рішення, які проти нас, будь-які рішення, які без України, вони одночасно і рішення проти миру. Вони нічого не дадуть. Це мертві рішення. Вони ніколи не спрацюють.
We're now joined by Professor Veselin Popovsky. He's a professor and vice dean at Jindal Global Law School. He joins us live from Bulgaria. Thank you very much, Professor Popovsky, for joining us here on NewsX World. A huge development today, a date now in Alaska for the President of Russia and the President of the United States meeting face-to-face. How significant, however, is Zelensky's categorical refusal to cede territory to Russia ahead of this meeting?
Absolutely fundamental statement by Zelensky, which basically nullifies the meeting in Alaska. The meeting in Alaska is a photo opportunity of two narcissists. Putin and Trump want to have a photo together that will have a zero effect on any peace deal. Actually, the opposite. That meeting in Alaska will prolong the war because Putin will feel encouraged to continue killing civilians in Ukraine. So absolutely no need, useless meeting in Alaska. Zelensky is absolutely right. Nothing will change. Ukraine will not give up a kilometer of its territory. And the other players, the European Union, the Canadians, the Australians, the Japanese, the South Koreans, and many, many other peace-loving countries will deny any territorial concessions. Giving Russia any kilometer of Ukrainian territory means the end of the international law, the end of the United Nations Charter. It should not be allowed. This meeting in Alaska is, I will compare it as if Frank Delano Roosevelt is meeting Adolf Hitler in 1945. It's absolutely unnecessary meeting. Unless Donald Trump can bring together Zelensky and Putin, he should not meet Putin alone.
Professor Popovsky, we've obviously seen Donald Trump sway in his opinions on this matter. Do you see the pendulum swaying towards Putin once he meets face-to-face? And what precedent would it set if territory were transferred without Ukraine's consent after this meeting?
Well, there won't be territory deal in Alaska whatsoever. They can talk whatever they want to talk, but that will not mean anything. Zero development out of Alaska. I will not even watch it. I refuse to comment. Don't ask me to comment on that meeting again. I will not watch what happened on 15th of August. For me, this is not a news. This is a photo opportunity, absolutely useless, having zero effect on anything. However, if there is a dynamic later and Donald Trump tries to meet Putin and Zelensky together in a trilateral meeting, that could have some significance. Again, Ukraine is not going to surrender any kilometer of its territory, and most of the world will support that.
What would be the Ukraine's response, do you think, that if Russia and the United States agree on a deal? We obviously haven't seen that previously. We have, however, seen Ukraine and the US agree a plan for a 60-day truce, which Moscow, of course, rejected. What are your thoughts on the possibility that there could be a deal here, a plan for a deal at least, subject to Ukraine's approval, where it does see territory conceded to Russia on Ukraine's behalf?
Well, if we see a deal on ceasefire, 30-day ceasefire, which goes back 6 months ago, it's nothing new. It was proposed by Donald Trump, it was accepted by Ukraine, it was rejected by Russia. So if we see a renewed ceasefire proposal acceptable by Russia, then we have a news from Alaska. Unless we see that any territorial discussions without Ukraine on the table are useless. There is no deal between Russia and United States. These are only 2 countries in the world. There are 193 countries in the world. 2 countries, Russia and United States, cannot make an agreement for the territory of any other of the 191 countries in the world, members of the United Nations. Absolutely impossible. This is something that should not be allowed. It's something that should not happen. Trump and Putin cannot discuss territorial issues. It's about Ukraine to be on the table and to agree on a ceasefire.
Professor Popovsky, thank you very much. You are staying with us to discuss further developments. We will